Hey, good morning again, Bob Trade Genius, the 28th of April again. I want to show you two charts, and I step back to weekly because I think it gives a better perspective. And just to show you I believe there's a bit of an inverse relationship between the broad market and gold. And it looks like it's, when they're pushing hard on the broad market is that they're selling gold as competition, and then when there's any kind of distress in the market, gold versus the market just rockets, and you can just see it here. And this is the big move where they went for it, got to all-time highs, and took this ratio down to 0.4, and then we had the big sell-off into Christmas Eve or day after Christmas reversal, and then they've been grinding it down. But the thing that I find most interesting here is that we got back to all-time highs on the SPY, but gold did not get back to these lows, and I think that's telling to me, and that's an interest to me in terms of where gold's going to go to next, and I think it's going to it's going to go higher. And so just kind of bear that in mind. And I think this an opportunity. We had silver. We had that outside week in terms of the opening close was higher than last week, the week prior, and that means that there's some accumulation going on here. So just keep an eye on it. If you look at this from a pure chart standpoint, is that this still needs to reverse. But I think this is an ending move here. So I think we're going to get a little bit more inflationary, and we're going to. I think the SPY is probably not going to outperform gold. And that's that one. And then here's gold against oil, and it looks very similar. In fact, we're closer to get a reversal on oil. In fact, it looks the same way. They drove this thing down into November. And then oil, and the thing that I'm trying to figure out is, did oil lead the market, or did the market lead oil? Or was it coincident that they're using oil as a collateral to buy the market, and they had to reverse that pretty fast when the market started to turn. And you can use oil looking at it as maybe a risk appetite kind of a thing, but I think it's turning too. Again, the ratio between oil and gold is not as severe as it was back when they were making the first all-time highs. And also oil did not recover those all-time highs too. So if you had oil against SPY, you could see that as well. And I don't know if I have that or not. Let me look real quick if I set that up. I don't. But it's just showing you that, as I talked on the last video, is that I think oil, gold, the U.S.-based stock market are probably the safe havens right now. And if oil starts to wiggle, and Bitcoin obviously, and if oil starts to wiggle, then I think you'll see money moving into gold. And then we just have to watch the gold Bitcoin relationship to see where more of the asset and the money is going to flow into. But I thought you'd find that interesting. I'm obviously bullish on the miners. I think Friday was very telling. And I think last week was telling that good strength. And now we're going to go into earnings, and they've sold this thing down pretty hard on the miners. And I think there's going to be some nice upside surprises coming. And I'll go through more miners with my next video. Guys, thanks for listening. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.